Well, good morning. I want to share a big announcement with you that happened over the weekend. Um, Pretty exciting stuff. For those of you who don't know, I have two companies, The Process Fixer, which is my consulting firm that does a lot of process work with companies to help them improve upon their processes, refine them, automate them, and reduce their costs and increase the margins of their business. The other business I have is called Podcastology, and Podcastology does long form branded content for companies. We do that through the methodology of podcasting, where we record interviews. Many times those interviews are just done here on Zoom. We record those interviews. We then take those interviews and we turn them into podcasts and also into vodcasts. A lot of people don't realize that YouTube is the second biggest search engine out there. If you're under the age of 40, you probably go to YouTube first to look for answers to questions, and then Google second. So that means if you're not on YouTube, you've got yourself a real serious problem, because for the majority of the marketplace, you just don't exist. So it's very important to plant your flag in the ripe ground of YouTube and make sure that you are producing content and it's up there. Doing something like a podcast and leaving the video on for that and editing it afterwards is a great way to do that. It's a great way to tell stories, right? People can listen to your podcast when they're in their vehicle. They can watch it when they're on their phone or at their computer. And what we find in particular with the episodes that we produce is about 60% of the viewership happens on YouTube. That's important to know, because if you're doing a podcast, getting video into it is an important thing. But I want to chat with you for a minute about something I did a few years back. A company that I worked for, we decided to create a branded content docu-series during the pandemic. And we produced this and shot it during, like, right in the midst of everything going on with the world being in disruption. And we had a lot of challenges with that. My friend Kelly Salloway and I created this concept for this show going back to March of 2020. We were actually at a cocktail party, and we heard the announcement that the NBA had canceled the rest of the season. And we looked at each other and I said, what's the opportunity that's out there? And there was a whole bunch of people standing around, and we started talking about, what do you need to do right now at that moment in time? And one of the things that Kelly said was, now's going to be the time to pitch a show, a reality show, to networks, because they're going to run out of content. They're just going to. There's going to be a gap in the content, and they're going to need new shows, and nobody's going to be pitching. So we need to get out there and pitch quickly. The next morning, we did a sizzle reel. We started pitching that to networks, and we had 3 different offers within a few weeks, and ended up going with Crackle through Chicken Soup for the Soul and Sony Pictures. We produced a 6-part docuseries that starred all different celebrity characters that we worked with at Fat Scooters, as well as featured a lot of the great people that worked there, and the challenges of being an entrepreneur and, trying to grow a business quickly in the midst of a pandemic. This last weekend, we were really honored to find out that we had, just a few weeks ago, we had won 3 Telly Awards for that show for branded content. And this past weekend, we got the invite to go to the Rocky Mountain Emmy Awards, and we're able to score one of these guys. So that's pretty cool. We got ourselves an Emmy for the show. This is for long form branded content, exactly what we do and what we produce here at Podcastology, trying to create, instead of it being a marketing advertisement, just having a conversation and showing off what you do as a company. So I'm going to put this guy on the shelf now. Oh boy, I hope my handyman skills are good enough there. But yeah, so that is a real honor to have that, a real privilege to have that. But I want to chat about what that type of content does, right? You can create content. You can be a content creator, but it is critically important that you know how to market what you're doing. It's one thing to create and produce content and to be critically acclaimed for the work that you do. It's another thing to capitalize on it. If you just think that posting a video someplace is going to be your brand, sorry, Charlie, it's just not. You have to take control of that. You've got to market that. You've got to make a big deal out of it. You've got to talk about it. You've got to do interviews. You've got to do press releases. You have to get eyeballs onto that content. And then you have to be able to make sure that the people that you want as business partners or customers, that they're seeing that content. It needs to be front and center in every single thing that you do, because what you are trying to do with long form content is take a conversation that's this long and turn it into a conversation that's this long. So if I'm just on the phone with you and I'm having a 2 or 3 minute conversation, I can only learn so much. But if you then tune in to the Riding Fat TV show on Crackle and watch all 6 episodes and see the way that we did business and understand who we are and understand our culture and understand all the things about us, the relationship will deepen to a point that you will feel like you know us. This happens all the time with celebrities, right? We always are feel like we know that person. Oh yeah, Beyonce. Oh, it's me, Beyonce. It's like, she has no idea who you are, but you have created, your customer creates this long-term, deep relationship with you because they're able to experience that long form of content. So I wanted to bring this up. Congratulations to Motormind Productions, female-owned production company here in town with Kelly Salloway. Congratulations to her for this award. Congratulations to Rob Curbison, the director, did an amazing job. The entire cast and crew of the show. Just want to thank everybody. And listen, if you're looking for branded content, we're here. This is what we do now, right? We produce long form branded content for very, very low cost. We do it through Zoom, through podcasts. We can come out and do video recordings. We can do all of those kind of things, but it is something that you really need to have in your arsenal. And we're excited to help you out with it. So check out podcastology.com, hit me up on LinkedIn, hit me up wherever it is. But yeah, thank you for watching this. And again, congratulations to the cast and crew. Make sure any content that you put out there, folks, you capitalize on. If you don't, nobody will. Things don't go viral on their own. Say that again. Things don't go viral on their own. Do you know on YouTube, if you have less than 300 views on a video, it's not indexed by YouTube? Yeah, that means that you've got to work hard to get to that point where you're actually, it's like search engine optimization in Google. Google doesn't just find you, you got to do the work. And if you don't do the work, all you've done is spent money on content that's not going to be capitalized on because you were foolish. So don't be foolish. Make sure that you're capitalizing on your content. Make sure you're promoting your content, getting to the point where it can be viral. And there's lots of tricks with that, for particularly when it comes to YouTube. You got to have the right number of subscribers. You have to have the right number of viewers. You got to make sure all your keywords are done correctly. It's just like any other marketing. Video marketing is like any other marketing. So if you need help with yours, contact us at Podcastology. Until next time.